Hello and welcome to the BL Express YouTube channel. This is BL Songbird, me, and welcome to BL Week in Review, where we chat about everything that has happened in the world of BL series for the week. Also, just a side note, happy Pride, everybody. I've worn my sparkly jewels in celebration. It is that month, and hopefully you guys are all going to have a fabulous month. And with that, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, all of the things just to show BL Express your love. They also have a website and articles posted often throughout the week. Mine is posted on Mondays, so if you ever get a chance to check that out, that would be cool. This is a Q&A format styled live, meaning I love audience participation, so don't forget to open your chat and join the conversation. And let's get started. So, today we're going to be chatting about all things that started, ended, and that are coming. And we'll be going over anything from Reset to My Golden Blood. Know that in this particular show or podcast or whatever you want to call it, any spoilers will come at the end. Very light spoilers, typically, until the end. So if you're watching, you can expect that to happen at the very end of the show, and I will give you all a notification saying that the rest of the show is going to be spoiler heavy, and you don't have to stay for that part if you haven't seen the show we're talking about. Hello, Nemushan. Hello, Krishna. Hello, Valerie. Good to see everybody. Welcome to BL Week in Review, and thank you. I feel nice today. Wearing my shirt with my logo on it just to feel particularly rainbow-like. Okay, so there's a couple of shows that started this week, actually 3. And we'll start with the 2 that I haven't really spent much time with. Trapped in Osaka is the first one. It's airing on Thursdays. It's a Chinese BL on YouTube. I am not watching it, and I don't know a lot about it. I think I watched the first 10 seconds. Yeah, I know that the episodes aren't very long. So if anyone's seen Trapped in Osaka, feel free to leave a comment about what you think it is like and if it's worth watching. The other one that started that I am watching, oddly enough, is from Vietnam, and it's called My Sweet Brother-in-Law. Now, My Sweet Brother-in-Law is high-class soap opera drama, everybody. So if you like that style of mess, you can give it a shot. It's on Tuesdays, and it's on YouTube. And let's see, the plot is essentially about 2 men. One's a TA at a college, the other one is the student in the class. They meet, they clash, they hook up, and then they discover that the one boy is getting married to the other man's sister. Beautiful, beautiful mess, right? And then not only that, but the TA guy is also already married. So if you like that level of mess and drama, then you'll probably find that show entertaining. And yeah, that was all in episode 1. So I figure it was like a good setup to let everybody know the basic plot structure and how it's going to go down. Let's check out the chat. Heard good things about it. DeLorean. Trapped in Osaka. Didn't know what to expect from that one, but it was interesting. It's grittier than the average. Okay, if you're watching, oh goodness, if you're watching the Bangkok Boy, is it as gritty as that? Let's measure our grittiness level here. Is it as gritty as the Bangkok Boy or less gritty than the Bangkok Boy? Because that'll be a good measure right there. Maybe I will give it a shot. I do enjoy some grit. Yes, My Sweet Brother-in-Law is going to be very, very, very messy. 1000%. Um, I don't know how many episodes it will be either, because it's always hard to say with these shows that don't have as much information about them. At least on English speaking websites, they're probably in Vietnamese somewhere. However, since I don't really have access to that side of the internet, I don't know the details about like how many episodes and those kinds of things. So I typically just go along for the ride for shows from Vietnam. All right. So yeah, My Sweet Brother-in-Law and Trapped in Osaka. That's Tuesdays and Thursdays if anyone wants to check it out. And it's free on YouTube, right? So that's really helpful. If anybody's on a budget or struggling with paying for all these streaming platforms where everything is. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. So far, Bangkok Boy is grittier only because there's more to it, but Osaka has the potential to be more. Ooh. Okay, that sounds really dark because Bangkok Boy is super gritty. Super dark. So many trigger warnings. Okay, and on to the highlight of first episodes. I don't know if anybody has had a chance to watch it yet because it just aired last night, but Reset. Reset started last night on Ichi. And what did you guys think if you watched it? Because I have some choice thoughts and they're all fantastic. I love Pond. I've loved Pond since, I don't know. Well, he did Forever You. And during Forever You, I watched 180 Degrees. I don't know if there's more to 100 degree. Oh my gosh. 180 degrees longitude, latitude. I feel like it's more to that title, guys. One second. What is that title? 180 degrees something. Okay. Ha! I found it. It's really fast. 180-degree longitude passes through us. What a title. Anyway, so yeah, 180 degrees longitude passes through us. Pond was in that, and dang, he was fantastic. And so Forever You project came along, and his character is not quite as deep as the one in 180 degrees. Still he was cute in that one, and there were some good plot points in there to sink your teeth into. But Reset looks like it's going to be a little stronger as far as like plot goes, so that we can all really enjoy it. Let's see. Basic premise of Reset is harder to describe than that last one I tried to describe. Okay, let's see. The setup is essentially a man who is famous gets knocked in the head and close to passing on to the next world, instead wakes up in his past self in the year 1999 and gets to basically do it all again. Now, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that goes with that, including the possibility that this isn't the first time it happened. The character Hada, played by Peter Pan. Can't believe I get to use these names sometimes. They're so fun. Okay, so Peter Pan plays Tada, and Pan is or Tada is somewhat mysterious. And there were a few lines in episode 1 that had me questioning things. So if you watch it, make sure to pay special attention to the things that he says. The first 10 minutes of the series blew me away. It like wrapped me right up and catapulted me off, and like there was no coming back really. I'm excited for this show. Really excited for this show. All right, let's check out some comments. And there's a lot today. Okay, where was I? Good to okay. Bangkok Boy is too much. I watched Reset last night. I liked it. Good. Loved Reset. I'm hooked. Excellent. I waited for Reset for a long time, and this episode met the promise. Yay, Valerie. Reset was really good. Reminds me a lot of Marry My Husband. So curious to see where they are taking Reset. So many questions that I want answered. Same. Very many questions, no answers, which is the best kind of show. We're going to have so much fun chatting on social media about it. And who knows, maybe it'll end up in the show again if I'm particularly distressed or irritated about something. Reset. Yes, reset. Hello, I had dad duties. Yay! I'm glad you made it, Eureka. You know what I would have liked to see? Wrinkles on Pond in 2025. He didn't change it all in 26 years. That is fair. Um, yeah, I think they tried to make them look a little bit older. I saw some gray hairs on first character, but yeah, maybe so. Maybe he dyes his hair, guys. Like it could be that he just has excellence in skincare because and the fact that he's Asian and they tend to look younger, and also perhaps that he dyes his hair still, so there's no gray because he dyes it. I don't know. Pond is wasted in Forever You. All right. Tada is very mysterious. He has to know something, and if he doesn't know, he knows yet, and if that makes sense. Yeah, no, I don't even know if he doesn't know that he knows it. I feel like there was one really cryptic scene in a car that like gave all sorts of like bells going off in my head like what does he know? What does he know? Like okay, anyways. Let's see what else is there. I love Reset Pond is so good. They used hair length and glasses to show aging. Yeah, okay. They had the glasses thing going on. I will give you that. Lauren, shout out. I don't think I've seen your name before in the chat. Welcome. And Cericia, welcome. Haven't seen you in the chat either. Enjoy yourselves, guys. Like this chat gets really fun and everybody has a lot to say. So cool. Supernatural abilities. Oh, you're going supernatural? Okay. I hear ya. Maybe. I think Pond would look great in naturally long hair. The wigs were a little weird. Mm, that's fair. I don't know. He could have grown his hair out for this particular show. I feel like it wasn't unheard of to have longer hair for part of the show. Supernatural aspect. I'm wondering. Okay, I'm going to throw this out there, and I tend to do guesses occasionally early on, and I don't know, it's a 50-50 shot whether or not it comes true, but my first thought about him was that he was the like orchestrator of the whole thing. He's the one causing this temporal shift, time loop, whatever you might like to call it. And for all we know, our lovely friend Armin is stuck in a time loop until he gets it right. Now we don't know what right is, but it could be one of those things where he has to get it right. You know what I mean? Like it could be something like that. And yeah, they wore the same watches in the one scene in the newer timeline. I think the watch has something to do with it. Orchestrator. I thought that also. That's my thinking as well. Oh my goodness. It looks like a lot of you have watched Reset. This is awesome. It's so much fun to be able to chat when a lot have watched it. Very cool. So exciting. Okay, so those are the new series that started. Uh, as far as what's coming up, there's only one more this week. Boy Tactics. It starts on Thursday, but as far as I've seen, it's not available in the United States. They put it available in some countries on Gaga Ulala. United States was not on the list. I love Gaga's admin for social media. They tend to make things a little funny. But yeah, the U.S. wasn't on the list, and I haven't seen it advertised on any other platforms as of yet. And Thursday's just around the corner, so it's possible we don't get to see that one. Uh, but I will put a plug in for a VPN. They're not expensive, and you can use one to see things from a different country where maybe it is available. Theory about watches, orchestrator, that's my thinking. I'm so obsessed with the Boy Tactus webtoon. I'm excited. That's awesome. Hopefully, it's available in your country. I, yeah, so irritated. I really should get myself into more than just the BL series, but do I have time for that? That's the real question. Because I guess another side note is I'm going to be starting a Patreon account this month, and so that's going to take time. And then I still want to write novels, guys. And then I'm doing all of this. All of this is going to remain free. It's not going to go behind a paywall or anything. And I do all the social media reviews. And so between all of it, I wish I had time for the animes, the mangas, the manhwas, the danmais, and the webtoons, and all of the other things. And I just don't think I ever will. So you guys be sure to like put recommendations in the comments if something's really good so that like everybody who's watching will get a chance to like look it up, even if I'm not the person who gets to do that. VPNs do unlock wonders. So true. I'm watching Leap Day and I love a lot of you, LOL. Everything else is BLs. Yeah, I would love to watch those too. Okay, maybe I will do that. Maybe there will be a moment here and there this summer because I'm a teacher, so I'm going into summer vacation. And maybe there will be some time this summer to watch some extra things. Maybe not. We'll find out. Who knows? Leap Day is awesome. I'm watching Leap Day. I love Leap Day. Ah, so fun, guys. Okay, finally, it's only been 16 minutes so far, and we're already to the final bit. It's crazy that Boy Tactus webtoon just started and already has an adaptation. Oh, did it just start? That's interesting to know, actually. Lucky whomever wrote that, lucky them. Lucky them. Okay. So the big series that ended last week, Wednesdays are gonna feel sad. Although, who knows what GMMTV? There's a couple of options for GMMTV to fill its Wednesday spot, and perhaps we'll find out tomorrow, what's going to fill Wednesday. There's a couple series that ended. One's a girl's love, and one is Jimmy and C's show. And I think the girl's love is Whale Story, which actually I saw the preview for that, and that looks pretty cute. So Wednesdays might get filled up pretty fast because Memoir of Rati is taking Friday on June 20th. What is playing Friday right now, guys? Is anything that I don't know that a new series is playing on Friday right now. But anyway, Memoir Rati is going to be on Fridays, starting on June 20th. I'm really excited about that. You'll hear about it again because, well, great and in and ooh and boom. What can we say? It's going to be so fun. I feel like maybe the chat has frozen, or maybe I've frozen, or something. Ah, wait a second. Sweet Tooth Good Dentist is on Fridays now. Thank you, DeLorean. Oh my goodness. Wow, you're right. Sweet Tooth Good Dentist is. Okay, so Memoir of Rati is taking over that slot. I can't believe I cried watching my Golden Blood finale. Nothing on Friday for GMMTV. There has to be something on Friday for GMMTV because they have those like every night they have prime TV slots up. So anyone seen Mark and Ohm's post about Good Dentist? I saw Mark's comment about Good Dentist, are you referring to the one where he's saying that like sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and this one they lost essentially, that it just kind of a flop, and that particular post, I my heart went out to him. Like they worked so hard on that. It just didn't like quite reach the audience maybe. And so I'm hope like but they're getting their mascot and they're moving forward, so hopefully their next series goes viral, you know. That would be wonderful. Oops, after Sweet Tooth Good Dentist, I have no idea. Oh, the Sweet Tooth airs on Ichi. I know they're replaying the Gemini 4th concert, but I don't know what night. Yes, that's right. GM dropped the ball plugging the show. Sweet Tooth wasn't a good show, but I hope they get a better script next time. Yeah, I'm hoping they get a script that meets a wider audience next time for sure. Fingers crossed for them. And then what's replacing Sweet Tooth Good Dentist is Memoir Rati. They'll have their behind the scenes episode, and then they'll have their real episode, right? So that'll be the 2 weeks. That fills the extra spot that's missing on Fridays. Can't forget the episode 0 that GMMTV does, guys. So Fridays will remain full with that. Wednesdays are the ones we're like not sure yet, because tomorrow's Wednesday, and who knows? Who knows what's going to show up tomorrow? Maybe they're doing reruns, or maybe something new will drop tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe. Ah. All right. So, My Golden Blood. I'm going to do a real quick plug for My Golden Blood, the interview that we did, Kristen and I did here on the Bale Express with the director, Arc Saroj. It's really good, guys. We had a lot of fun, and it's under the interview playlist. It's under the live tab because it was a live interview here on the BL Express YouTube channel. So check it out. It's super good, super fun, and he gave a lot of really interesting insight to the show. So, My Golden Blood is a vampire series with human heart, I would say. It's a combination of like modern melodrama meets vampires. So, for some people, like they had difficulty getting into it because of that. But for others, they were like, this is the best thing ever. So, I think if you're looking for like classic vampire, this only has like bits and pieces of classic vampire. It's not all classic vampire because, as Ark said, this series is about a vampire becoming human and not about a human becoming vampire. So if you like flip the narrative and think about it a different way, it's a lot more enjoyable of a series to watch. I think that Gawain and Joss did a great job with their roles. Gawain had to play something very different that he'd never played before. So, as far as being a recommendation, it is one from me. It's gone on the BL watch list. It is not your typical vampire story, but still worth checking out, in my opinion. Um, Another cool thing is Gawain and Joss, or Joss and Gawain. I don't think it really matters which way those names go. Are moving forward as a ship, so that's super fun. They plan on working with each other for a long time. They've got their cute little GMMTV mascot, and they are moving straight into the behind the scenes workshops for Only Friends Dream On, which, if anyone watched Only Friends, you well know that they're going from vampire to hot mess, and it is going to be glorious. I think their fandom is up for the challenge. Their fandom seems super super chill and like ready to go with what and lean with the like they just have this like 18 plus uh kind of more mature vibe to them. The whole fandom does. I feel like every single post I see from them has that same kind of mature vibe. So I think they're gonna have we'll all have a lot of fun in this next series. All right, what do people have to say now? I watched the first 3 episodes and then decided it wasn't for me, which is fine. I love Gwen, so I'm glad it did well. The last couple of episodes had X results up in the millions. I was so happy for them. It's disappointing that it's not dark romantasy. Yeah, no, it's not completely dark romantasy. That's true. It just has that vibe occasionally. I think because they went from vampire to human instead of human to vampire, like the dark part got left out a little bit. But the last 4 episodes or so got a little darker. Their mascot is so cute, such a hot mess. So true. I am looking forward to Only Friends 2, as we all are. Anyone who saw the Boston is back pictures know, like, oh man, does he create the drama? I'm looking forward to Oh and Boom. Yep. Oh, good. Boston is going to be in Dream On. Yes, he is. There was like a post with him saying, I'm back. Yeah, it was cool. There's a graphic showing how everyone is related in season 2, and it's total chaos. Let it all burn to the ground, everybody. It's going to be so fun. Sir Robbie. Welcome. New name. Nice to see you in the chat. I was so yesterday, so I couldn't participate in the trending. We are energetic. Yes, you are. It's fantastic. I felt there were some very dark parts in Golden Blood. I can't find the interview with the MGB director. How about this? I will after the stream here. I'll put the interview link in the in the description, and so you guys can find it pretty easily after. So after this, look for it within like 10 minutes. Okay, I'll make sure to put the link in the description. Okay, so um yeah, you do have to get through the beginning. The beginning of My Golden Blood is golden and rosy and all about falling in love, and the ending is where the darkness comes in. So you have to kind of work your way through the whole series to get the whole arc of like light and dark with that series. And from here on out, there are going to be heavier My Golden Blood spoilers. So if you haven't finished the series and don't like spoilers, then this is the point to say bye and I'll see you next week. If you don't care about spoilers, continue the chat with us. We're going to have a little bit of fun with My Golden Blood. Okay, the interview with Ark was fantastic. Thank you. That makes me so happy. We actually have another interview with a different director this month, too. So keep your eye out. It's going to be on June 20th. The director of Your Name Engraved Herein and The Only One is going to be joining us. And this feels like really big to me. And like I get a little chills thinking about it because, dang, this is like a big deal. He wants to try a live interview with us, everybody. So yeah, keep your eye out for that. It's going to be crazy. Okay, so spoiler alert. I'll drop out now, but I'll see you next week. Oh, bye, Katie. Okay, so we're going to play a little game of this or that. This or that is always a fun little game. So, first question, it's vampire themed, a little bit My Golden Blood themed. Love or eternal life? Love or eternal life? So for me, even though, actually, I take that back. It's not even an even though. There's no question. For me, it would be love. I don't think that I would ever be willing to choose eternal life over love. Like in My Golden Blood, they're just so, like we learned that in the to be a vampire means not really having any feeling, not having any senses. Everything's kind of black and white with no color. And to live like that sounds awful. So for me, I'll just live a normal lifespan and choose love for sure. I liked it overall. So many questions, and that's love. I'm out now, but not because of the spoiler. Mommy Duty's call. Bye bye. Bye. Choosing love. Okay. Fair enough. I don't want to wait too long. I'm going to keep going with the this or that, and you guys can shout out any kind of love. Just the feeling of having love for something. It can be an object or food, or you're choosing the feeling of being able to love versus the being able to live forever, essentially. Valerie, I don't know. Maybe that question got too deep. Or maybe everyone's going to choose love over eternal life, the seduction of eternal life for anybody. I don't know. Okay, anyway, um this is a shout out to like the powers the vampires can have in my golden blood. So if you could choose between being able to heal people and things or see the future, which one would you choose? So we have healing power or being able to see the future. So for me, I think I would choose. Yeah, the golden blood gave him his emotions back, but prior to the golden blood, there was nothing, right? That's the standard vampire MO, is not having any of that. So when he got his first dose of golden blood, it's like it was akin to like having everything rush in all at once that had been black and white for so long. Can you imagine? I thought that Joss did a great job in that scene. Actually, he was like really feeling it, and oh man, I can't even imagine having it all rush back at once like that. Must be so intense. Okay, emotions and senses, definitely healing power. They mentioned no senses or feelings, but that was dropped at some point because all the vamps had human motivations without golden blood, like Nagan's past love dying. I don't know that you can equate human motivation to feeling. I don't know if you could like you can put the two together. Like I think you can have. Oh, this is getting really philosophical on all of us. Okay, I personally think that you can have like a memory that you had that feeling when you were alive. Why can't you have a memory of it without actually feeling it anymore? And just base everything off of a memory. I don't think their memories go away, right? They just don't feel anything about it anymore. Maybe. Maybe I'm wrong. Healing powers. Healing powers. Yeah, for me too. I would love to be able to heal things. For sure. This is a really interesting question that you posed, though, DeLorean. I like appreciate the conversation, and now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, the florist lady showed emotions and motivations to help Mark stop Tara before she died. Memories are powerful. This is going to turn into a fun chat, isn't it? I love it. Trying to think. She was around Tong a lot. Do you think that maybe she got a dose here and there of his magical? It's because it wasn't just blood, right? It was his sweat too, and his tears, and all of the other things. Do you think she maybe got a little bit of it too, as a possibility? I know that they didn't show that necessarily, but at the end, with the emotions and motivations to help Mark stop Tara, was it emotion or was it just duty? Do you think? Again, so hard to say when we're just watching the acting happening, right? And we don't have like the script in front of us or the director telling us about like what the motivations are for all the characters. Ark, where are you? That would be so helpful. Anyway, okay, so Gothic, the next this or that. Gothic or modern? We like dark castles and like coffins, or do we like penthouse suites? Which direction do you lean? For me, I kind of appreciated the modern vibe of the show. I'm not gonna lie, like I love me a good classic castle with coffins and everything, but I also love like stepping into the present day a little bit with it. And I kind of appreciated what that they changed it up a little bit and like made the vampire myth just that, a myth that the vampires created in order to be left alone. I thought that was kind of an interesting take on that part. Like, oh, it doesn't matter if we can be in daylight or not. Oh, it doesn't matter. We can't be bothered by holy relics. Like, that's not a thing. All of this was just created by us in order to throw you guys for a loop. That's interesting. That was an interesting way to do it. So for me, I liked the modern vibe. Modern. She cared about Tong, but when asked about her dead husband, she said she had no feelings because vamp have no feelings. I prefer the modern vibe, the fancy house in every BL. Okay, well, everyone's like, let's go modern with this. Love it. That's great. Um, okay, so in the show, right, we have this golden blood, and in the end, they synthesize it. Do you think you would prefer synthetic or real? Like, be the one hugging Tong or get a dose of it via vial? Which way would you want to go with that? Leaning towards real myself. Who wouldn't want to give him a hug and absorb the golden blood that way? If that is, if I were one of the vampires in the show. Get a little dose of love. I don't know. Do you think, okay, there's an interesting side question on the synthetic or real vibe. Um, do you think that the golden blood was the source of love, just like Tara was saying, or that, do you think that it was real love? You see, like, I don't know that we'll ever know, but it's a fun thing to debate. Synthetic. Okay, synthetic because of convenience and guilt. Okay, synthetic for sure. Convenience is key. I'd rather have the wine glass. Oh man, love it. I guess if one could get it from sweat and tears, real. Right? Hmm. Okay, so if it was only blood, guys, of course I would take synthetic too. I have no urge to like be messy in that way at all. No vampire urges here at all. Okay. So, night or day? And this is a question like about the vampire lore, right? Because in this particular vampire world, they can come out during the day, but classic vampires can't come out during the day. So, what would you prefer, night or day? Tara, real love. Tara was rotten, so she never knew anything about love. That's true. She also had been a vampire for a very long time, so perhaps didn't even have a memory of love anymore to go off of. She perhaps just only had a need to remain where she was. Okay. This night seems more romantic. Night to keep my pasty complexion. Okay, love it. Uh Guy, I think I would miss the sun. Oh, so many people choosing night. I thought okay, all right, I love it. For me, I would choose day. Day because I enjoy like opening all the windows and all the doors and like letting the light and the air in. I'm actually really sad right now because my allergies are so bad. I can't actually do those things. Like if I open the doors and windows for any length of time, I am totally, a whole bunch of bad words came to mind. Anyway, it's no good. It's no good if I open the doors and windows right now. So, light for me, day for me. Mark and Tong are still together after Tong is a vampire. So, are we to assume that Tong's golden blood regenerated naturally or mutated, disappeared after he became a vamp? Well, that's why they were synthetically creating it, right? Like I think they still had his blood from when they were synthetically using it before, so they're creating his golden blood. And they also had found another person with golden blood, remember? Like towards the end, they were letting this girl know that she had golden blood. So I think at the very least we're to assume that there are more people out there with it. Um for the true love question. Yeah, but you're human. If you were a vampire, would it be the same? I'd lurk in a corner looking at the sunlight. Doesn't your blood develop in the bone marrow? That wasn't taken from him. That I don't know. I don't know how. I don't even know how far the script team thought about this. To be fair, like, did they go into the depths of like where do you get golden blood from? um. So yeah, I'm going to go with the fact that there are more people out there with golden blood. At least one, and that mythology wasn't made clear if there's only like one person with golden blood at a time, or if there are multiple people with golden blood. So yeah, that part could have maybe used a little bit more thought, for sure. My phone is too far away for me to research. Interesting. Okay, so guesses, because I it wasn't clear to me, and I want to know if you guys have any thoughts. What is Tong's superpower? Because we know that when he turned into a vampire at the end, he ended up with some kind of dream similar to the one that Mark had, in the sense that he was in a field and like the field turned black and white, or was it black and white and turned colorful? I don't remember that bit, but like that's the only kind of hint that we were given about a superpower. So any thoughts about that? A superpower of Tong. Let's see. If anybody gone that direction? Yes, it is bone marrow. Interesting. So they could do a bone marrow extraction. Good to know. I wonder if they looked that up when they were researching and doing this show. I hope he kept his golden blood fluids and that they protect the young girl so she isn't messed with for science. Tom can choose to donate for centuries so that no one else is a target. I think it's loving Mark. You think that's the superpower, is just simply being able to love? Possibly, because if that's not something they typically have, then being able to do so would be lovely. He kept his golden blood, so his golden blood would be his superpower. That would be cool. Like, never ending supply of it. Okay, I never even thought about Tong having a superpower. Now I'm super curious. Right? I think it's healing, because I do remember the scene with the black and white that turned color with Mark, and didn't Tong dream about it also? He did. They both dreamed. They had a similar dream, but Mark had that dream when he was reawakening from his black and white world, right? Like when the golden blood really started taking effect was when he had that dream. And Tong had that dream upon becoming a vampire. So I'm not sure how they're related, unless his golden blood is his superpower, which I guess that could be cool. But that would imply that they were using his blood to synthesize. I guess that could be what they were doing. I'd almost have to rewatch the final episode. Maybe there are more clues that I missed upon like the emotional first watch, because I may or may not have cried a little bit on that final episode. Making Mark whipped. Immortal Golden Blood. Guys, yeah, baby. Oh, there was that scene when Mark had to make the decision though to like basically drain Tong, and like, oh, that was a hard scene to watch. I thought they did a good job with that particular scene. Gawain and Joss did, for sure. Okay, so it seems like most of you guys were pretty okay with the vampire lore changes. Were there any that you didn't appreciate a whole lot? Like, what on earth are they doing kind of thing? Um For like, I don't think I had a moment where I like considered, oh, I don't like what they did with the vampires in this show. Um, I just kind of rolled with it and went with it. I didn't need the classic vampire touches necessarily, but I guess in my generation there are shows like um Twilight floating around out there. I'm not saying Twilight is good, everybody. Just FYI, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying they're floating around out there. So they've done like changes to vampire lore in general in recent times, you know? So maybe that's why I just kind of rolled with it a little bit. It wasn't such a big deal. I was low key hoping for Mark to turn Tong before Tara got him and then have Tara bite into him and choke because his blood was spoiled, not golden blood anymore. See, that would have been really fun. They could have really played with that a little bit more. I'm sure they were like, what do we want to do with this? You know, as a writer, I'm always like, what would be the most fun thing to do? Or like, what would be the most satisfying way to go with it? And what would cause the most drama, you know? Like, I guess for me as a writer, thinking from the writer's perspective, always wanting to like, there's so many ways you can go, but you want to choose the one that's going to really capture the reader's attention. And so if they'd done that, I don't know, would it have been as captivating as like if they'd gone with him being a vampire already? I don't know if it would have been as captivating because we had like this huge buildup going on and then this moment of silence in the middle of it all and like stillness. And like I think the emotions would have played out differently if they'd taken it another way. But that's just my opinion on that particular thing. Okay, that's when I cried. Me too, but I was also urging him to do it. Absolutely. The bad special effects were funny, more than annoying. Yes, I have to just acknowledge that we are in a country, we're watching shows from a country that just doesn't have as much money in general, right? There's kind of a smaller country. Who knows where they'll end up in the future? Maybe they'll end up on South Korea's level as far as quality at some point, and maybe it'll be BL. But there are people living in Thailand who have never even heard of BL, right? So it's going to still be some time. We think it's this like sensation, but at the end of the day, it's still rising, right? So I think we're just going to enjoy the fact that there are any special effects whatsoever, like the CGI in the sign. Like I thought it was amazing that there was CGI in general. You know that they were able to pay for that. Um, in 2019, they wouldn't have been able to pay for that. Like think about the quality of the stories then compared to now, and I'm like, yes, those special effects were great. It's just, what are you measuring them against? I was low key hoping, okay, I like what they went unconventional with the lore. Me as well. There were a lot of vamps. It wasn't clear if they killed for human blood or if they drank blood at all. I don't think Tara had a rule that they couldn't drink human blood. So I don't think they were allowed by the queen, if you will, to drink human blood. Yeah, they had the blood banks. And people that got off on giving them blood. There's that too. They're so advanced in other things, though. Even technology is moving faster in Thailand. That I'm unclear of. I can't speak to that because I'm like haven't been keeping up on technological advances in Thailand. I'm just speaking to the soft power that is boys love. I think we're just going to see a huge like boom though in quality. I think like we're at the beginning of the higher quality shows, and we're like getting to see it in its infancy, which is really, really fun. At least to me it is. So, ah, anyway, okay. I think we have chatted about favorite moments. We've chatted about all the fun things in my Golden Blood. To wrap it up, is it worth watching on a deeper level? With everything that we've chatted about, between the inconsistencies and like maybe the emotions of the vampires compared to what they said it was supposed to be, where we have to kind of like think about what is emotion, what can be logic, what is duty, all of those things. Um, and then like looking at all the acting, looking at everything, is it still worth watching? I think it is. The schlocky special effects, so to speak. I still think it is. It was fun. It was a fun ride, and I'm kind of curious to see what it is like binged. Watching it week to week is one thing, but how many details did we kind of like? Did How many details slid through the cracks because we were trying to keep it straight from week to week? I feel like most of the people who follow me also watch a lot of the shows. And so like we have so much to keep straight that this was just one of them. So it might, before making a final judgment, so to speak, it might be worth watching it straight through to see if more details become clear in the continuity of the show. And on that note, we are out of time. I can go on and on apparently. Anyway, have a good week, everybody. uh this is my last week of school, so next week you're gonna see probably the same version of me. Let's not. uh I'll be on summer vacation, but honestly, this is a really fun evening every week, and I enjoy hanging out with all of you. So I will probably be just the same. Happy Pride Month. And next week, I'm not sure yet what we'll be chatting about. I don't think we have any series ending to go in a deep dive about. So we'll see. We'll see what happens over the course of the week. Hopefully, there will be some fun things that come up to chat about. And on that note, have a good evening, everybody, or good morning, or afternoon, or wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time.